And you always knew the bad news was coming with Todd, because he'd go, here's the thing. And he said, we're going to lose the orchestra in Dresden, and we have to do all of the conducting first. I do think there's a distinct lack of shame in society, and I think shame is very different to guilt. Guilt is
Recent online commentary has revived long-standing rumors about Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, suggesting a pattern of alleged tension with colleagues in Hollywood, claims that some say extend beyond the widely discussed Justin Baldoni situation. Adding fuel to the conversation, Cate Blanchett has given a new interview that many are interpreting as unusually pointed, sparking speculation across entertainment media. Known for her discretion and professionalism, Blanchett did not make direct accusations, but her remarks have been read by some observers as alluding to a past professional dispute involving Blake Lively. According to these interpretations, Blanchett felt her work or legacy was undermined, and that her concerns were dismissed when she raised them privately. Rather than responding publicly at the time, Blanchett is said to have handled the situation quietly and strategically. While none of these claims have been formally substantiated, the renewed attention has led fans and commentators to question whether long-rumored industry behavior is finally being scrutinized more closely. For now, the situation remains one of interpretation and speculation, but it has undeniably reignited debate about power, accountability, and professionalism in Hollywood.
It's sometimes good to be really simple. I mean, Matisse says this fantastic thing. It's just, don't try and be original. Just be.
Anyone familiar with Cate Blanchett knows her long-standing relationship with Chanel has often been described as a natural fit. For more than a decade, she has been closely associated with the brand, embodying the elegance, legacy, and timeless sophistication that define its image. She has regularly attended private fittings and couture shows, and in 2021 reportedly signed a multi-season agreement to front Chanel's Women in Cinema campaign, which included a minimalist black and white short film written by her husband, Andrew Upton, featuring 2 women and no dialogue, relying solely on movement and expression. According to industry chatter, contracts were signed and the project approved, but when the moment came for the campaign to debut, Blake Lively appeared in the spotlight instead, an unexpected change that many observers insist was no simple mix-up, but a surprising replacement that sparked widespread speculation about what may have happened behind the scenes.
Blake Lively is out and about in the UK promoting her One Simple Favor. Right? Is that the name? Yep, she's out. She's wearing this Chanel head-to-toe V. Here's the look.
Fans were left confused and full of questions. Why was Blake there? What happened to Cate? And did the deal quietly collapse? According to industry speculation, there was no public falling out between Cate Blanchett and Chanel, no visible disagreement or drama. Instead, insiders claim Blake Lively's sudden appearance as the new face of the campaign followed a behind-the-scenes shift that caught Cate's team off guard, with word coming from Chanel that the campaign's direction had changed, a phrase often interpreted in the industry as a quiet dismissal. The lack of warning reportedly made the situation especially jarring, as nothing had suggested a problem. Confusion deepened when Blake was officially unveiled, and observers noted that the campaign's core concept, originally developed around Cate, appeared largely intact, simply reworked with cosmetic changes, brighter styling, and inspirational quotes, fueling speculation that the original vision had been repurposed rather than replaced outright.
Look at these, they match my outfit. Look at those nails. Wow. Aren't they incredible? Those are amazing. I had time for that. I literally did it while it worked. It was a little chaotic. It was worth it.
Fans and industry insiders were left stunned when news broke that Cate Blanchett had been replaced by Blake Lively in Chanel's high-profile campaign. According to reports, Blake's team pitched a lucrative cross-platform deal that Chanel couldn't resist, and Cate was quietly removed from the spotlight despite no prior conflict. The campaign, originally designed around Cate, including a minimalist short film by her husband, Andrew Upton, was largely retained but repackaged with a new aesthetic and messaging centered on Blake. At a private Chanel dinner in Paris in March 2023, Cate attended as planned, only to see Blake positioned as the star, and she reportedly overheard comments dismissing her husband's work as outdated, leaving her quietly disheartened. Tensions escalated in April 2023 when a feature article referencing Cate's creative contributions accidentally went live online, sparking social media backlash, accusing Blake of erasing Cate's role. Despite the controversy, Cate handled the situation with grace, attending events and later delivering a humanitarian award acceptance speech interpreted as a subtle critique, while Blake's campaign faced setbacks, including a canceled YouTube appearance amid growing criticism. Throughout, Cate maintained her professionalism and quiet strength, reinforcing her reputation as an enduring Hollywood icon, while the campaign meant to elevate Blake became mired in controversy and scrutiny.
And the more I do, in a way, I think the less I know. And I've had a very eclectic and strange career that has taken me many places. But perhaps if there's any connective tissue in my career, it's the desire to know. It's the quest to unlock what it means to be human, that strange nub of fearful, joyful uncertainty that it is to be a human being. To live a creative life, it's fueled with uncertainty and doubt. It's the DNA of how you begin any project. You have to humble yourself and say, I don't know. I'm here.
In June 2023, Cate Blanchett and her husband, Andrew Upton, quietly premiered a two-person play at the Sydney Theatre Company, written entirely by Andrew and directed by Cate. The production was deliberately low-key, with no major PR campaign or red carpet, attended mostly by theater enthusiasts and film lovers. Originally titled Lines That Weren't Meant to Be Read, the play's name was later changed to The Credit, a choice many interpreted as a subtle nod to past controversies with Blake Lively, who was rumored to have taken credit for work originally associated with Cate. The new title conveyed a pointed message without the need for public spectacle, reflecting Cate's trademark quiet confidence and professionalism in handling disputes behind the scenes.
Well, I always approach every role as a woman because I am. I don't really think about that. I do think there's a distinct lack of shame in society at the moment. I think shame is very different to guilt. Guilt is a very useless emotion. I don't know what you do with that. But shame and regret and the lessons one can learn from that are.
Cate Blanchett reportedly handled the Chanel situation with remarkable grace, avoiding public drama despite what many viewed as a shocking attempt by Blake Lively to sideline her. Reports and resurfaced media suggest that Blake has allegedly demonstrated a pattern of bullying or undermining co-stars and crew members, particularly when she feels her own spotlight is threatened. Tactics described by sources include making off-putting jokes that leave others visibly uncomfortable, then framing them as too uptight if they don't respond as intended. A resurfaced interview clip was often cited as an example, in which Blake joked about Leighton Meester's birth circumstances and made comments comparing other co-stars to monkeys in a cage, leaving many observers surprised by the discomfort it caused on set. While Blake and Meester were portrayed as close friends on Gossip Girl, the off-screen dynamics, according to reports, appeared far more strained.
Recently saying that Leighton and I were frenemies, and it's
frenemies. Is that frenemies?
Yeah, we're friends, but we're also enemies. And it's really strange because they always want to pit women against each other. You don't hear about like Penn and Chase hating each other and being jealous and competitive.
2 seconds later.
I think I'm just brunette because of the books.
And everyone knows blondes are nicer anyway. awkward moment by me.
Remember Savannah.
It was another promise was no pet monkey. Yeah. Chuck has a matching pet monkey with coordinating outfits, and I was like, I would love to be part of the show, but I can't act with a monkey. And then I got a few of them. Come on, it was a joke. Lord have mercy.
Your wardrobe?
That is important. Very good. Very important. This is wardrobe. This is wardrobe. This was on the return rack. I think it was hers. So I had to go and slip them cash.
The infamous on-set joke reportedly left co-stars visibly uncomfortable, though many brushed it off as typical behavior. Behind the scenes, however, sources claim tensions ran deeper, particularly between Blake Lively and Leighton Meester during Gossip Girl. In 2017, executive producer Joshua Safran addressed the situation, attributing it to clashing personalities. But when clips resurfaced online, fans began questioning the narrative of Blake as merely quirky and fun. Actor Armie Hammer later commented in an interview with Andy Cohen that Blake could be demanding on set, insisting that things be done her way and sometimes reacting strongly to minor inconveniences. While he kept his remarks measured, Hammer suggested that the work environment contributed to his decision to leave the show, leaving viewers with a sense of the impact behind the headlines.
Starts with us, so I'm hoping to see you back in the double duty role.
I think there are better people for that one.
Justin.
I think Blake Lively's ready to direct. That's what I think.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Justin said he doesn't know if he'd be going to direct the next one, but perhaps Blake would. Is that something that you would entertain?
Oh, absolutely. I think that whoever decides to take charge of the next one would do it justice. But, it's a lot of people to get the same schedules together again, so we'll see.
Oh, absolutely. She's so capable of that. She is a powerhouse.
Rumors have long circulated about Blake Lively's behind-the-scenes behavior, with some sources suggesting she has tried to influence how others perceive certain co-stars. For example, reports claim that Penn Badgley initially faced challenges on the Gossip Girl set after allegedly being portrayed as difficult to work with, though he later earned the cast's trust. Similarly, when director Justin Baldoni came forward about alleged conflicts with Blake on a recent project, some sources said she attempted to rewrite scenes without his permission and lobbied others to take over directorial duties, raising questions about professional conduct. Meanwhile, Cate Blanchett reportedly remained unfazed by these industry dynamics, maintaining her focus and professionalism, refusing to be sidelined despite the behind-the-scenes tensions. Observers continue to debate whether her calm approach was the best strategy and what impact, if any, these reports might have on Blake Lively's career moving forward.